Hello, everyone, and welcome to Culture of Gaming's Power Up Podcast, episode 120, being recorded live on May 6th, 2020. I'm your host, Taylor. And, this week I'm, of course, joined by Anthony Dennis.
I have no idea what's going on.
How's it going?
Andrew Duran.
Hello.
And Matthew Garcia.
Hello.
We, as usual, have a pretty good show lined up for you guys this week. You know how last week we promised you the PS5 event analysis and breakdown and everything? Well, that kind of didn't happen this week, so more on that later. But anyway, let's just go through our intro. And Matt, let's start with you. What have you been up to this past week?
This past week has been a variety of things for the most part. I've been playing a little bit of a game I've been reviewing, waiting for somebody to play it with me so I could finish that. Kind of in the final bits of it now. No, it's not under NDA anymore. I'm playing, what's it called? Wildfire. That's what it's called. It's a 2D platformer.
Is it indie?
So it's the trifecta, Taylor.
Pixel graphics?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Honestly, to be fair, it's actually a really good looking 2D pixel platformer.
Yeah.
And outside of that, just the usual stuff. Some CSGO, a little bit of Eve, trying to get out of a wormhole.
Nice.
Waiting for Taylor.
I said it's standing down this weekend. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Come on, camera. Yep, that's pretty much what I've been up to.
All right, awesome. Anthony, how about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I've just realized that we are all wearing red t-shirts for some reason.
I saw
I
that.
am not, for what it's worth.
Okay,
I'm wearing this shirt that we got at E3, or not E3,
CES. Oh, yeah, I remember them. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Still one of the comfiest shirts I've ever.
Yeah, it was surprisingly soft. I remember this now.
And they're pretty thick too.
Okay. Nobody cares, Matt.
It's
Anyway, so I've been playing some Civ 6.
Okay.
In there.
Yeah, you've been learning that, haven't you?
Yeah, Logan, one of the guys who Taylor kind of introduced me to, was showing me through how to do bits and pieces and how to try and win. I've never won a game of Civ 6. I've played 20 hours of it.
Okay.
So that's awesome. I've become such an amazing gamer. Aside from that, I've been playing some Apex here and there. Not done too badly on that. Some things have been improved as I've gone through the past couple of weeks, and I'm quite enjoying that.
Okay.
What else have I been playing? There was one other game that I can't remember that I'll have to look at Steam for, so that's awesome. But aside from that, that's kind of it for me this week. I need to get into gaming more, to be honest. At this point, I'm just a casual gamer. I don't really game anymore.
You filthy casual.
I was about to say the same thing.
All right. Andrew, how about yourself?
Yeah, it's been a weird week, right?
Yeah. Especially here in the U.S.
Yeah. There's a lot going on and stuff like that. So it's been an odd week to kind of sitting down and playing games. Even talking about games, it just feels a little frivolous. But yeah, I've been playing the hottest new release of Valorant. Been on that train. I fired that up yesterday.
Oh, do you want? Actually, that's a good water cooler convo.
Yeah, we can bring that up later for sure. Yeah, Valorant. It's neat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I really want to try that.
I'm a little bummed I have to re-unlock some of the characters that I unlocked.
Oh, from the beta.
Is the game free to play or do you have to pay for it?
It's free to play. You can buy skins. And they seem very expensive. I was fiddling. I just fired up for the actual game.
Oh, it's right. Look at any League skin. It's $20.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played League.
Oh, okay. Some of the really nice newer skins are $20 on League.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was pushing $20 per skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you can buy a pack for of a bunch of them. I think it was $40 or something. It was a lot of money.
Yeah.
But they do a lot though. It's not only are they skins, they have different reload animations, and they sound the gun sounds like a space age gun, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, sure.
So the skins are definitely neat, but I don't know if I'm gonna drop $20 for one weapon skin.
Yeah.
Nah.
I mean, my knife in CS:GO was $150, so.
You got that off a drop though. You didn't buy that. Right?
No, I actually bought it off the market. Yeah.
Oh wow.
What did you buy?
So it's like in CS:GO, the bid
no.
swag thing is having a nice knife and everything. So I dropped like $150 a few years ago on a knife skin to use in game.
I dropped like some money into skins and traded it up to my knife, which is worth like probably over $500.
This segment of the podcast was brought to you by our sponsor, CSGOSkinLotto.com.
Not really.
No,
Please,
not really.
please
Don't actually gamble.
And that's probably a low estimation because my knife has a super high fade and it's back new, so it's probably closer to like 700 to 900 if I had to guess.
Cheapers.
My inventory is probably worth a couple thousand to be
Holy
honest.
moly.
You know, you kind of made it in the CSGO inventory day when you did comments on your profile asking you to trade on Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, sorry,
That's why
Andrew,
I
go
keep
on.
it on private.
I know, weird flex, but keep going.
I'm God.
Sorry. What else? I fired up Streets of Rage 4.
Okay.
Which is on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a beat 'em up game. It's pretty neat if you are into like Streets of Rage, the old Sega games. Enjoying. It's fun. It's nothing revolutionary, but it's neat. So I finally, like I mentioned a while ago, I got my my DualShock 4 working on my computer. So I've just been like fiddling with Game Pass stuff and Metal Slug and all that good random stuff. I had a birthday this week, so I went on a nice like 2-day.
Happy birthday!
Happy belated birthday!
Appreciate that. Yeah, I went on like a nice little escape to the mountains in a tiny home. It was definitely an interesting experience.
Nice.
Just a random little cabin out in the middle of the woods.
It was like in the mountains, so it was so hot, dude. It was like 95 degrees. I was dying.
It's been 111
that's
the past
hot.
week here in Arizona.
For me, I do not do well in hot weather.
It's only like 94 today, so it's pretty nice out.
It actually is really nice outside.
And I don't have air conditioning, so. It's
okay.
Yeah, that kills it a little bit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Bay Area is there's like all the houses are old and stuff, right? So you're just
Okay.
getting like mostly 80. If it gets to 80, I'm sweating. Man. Yeah, 80 is a little much almost sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, just kind of milling about.
Okay. All right. This past week for me, huge variety of games. I've been playing Civ 6 with aforementioned friend Lodnog. We've been doing our usual multiplayer shenanigans. I'm gonna publicly call him out and be like, there are some games we have where it's just like I just like f off to my phone for like 5 minutes in between every turn in multiplayer because like he literally builds the Roman legion and just like goes ham and dominating everyone. So just like it takes him a while to move the army around. And so yeah. Anyway,
how long does games last?
So
as long as you want them.
We like to play on epic difficulty, so they can go from like 15 to 16 hours for a single multiplayer game.
Whoa.
Yeah, because of like or not on epic difficulty, epic game speed, which is about 750 turns or so. And so
okay, so it's turn-based. Okay.
Yeah, but it can go more than that and everything. Okay. I'm sure you could there are ways to shorten it, but yeah. Anyway, they can get up there. So
do you have to wait for someone to make their turn before you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Before you can move on. Yeah, which is why it's just like, as I said, it's just like when he's doing his thing, like army thing. I don't really like to play like domination victory as hard as he does. I usually go for like science or culture, occasionally religion victory, and it's just like, but no, he always likes to go for domination victory, and it just takes him a while to move all the units around, which is why he's just like go do something else while I'm waiting for him to finish his turn, and then the game is on. Yeah.
I was like, when I was starting, he's like, "Oh, do you want to dominate?" I'm like, not really, no. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he's the type of guy that'll start out doing a religious run, then ends up dominating everybody.
Yeah. So anyway, he started blasting.
Yeah.
So then there's been playing some GTA Online a little bit the past few nights.
Yeah,
that is all sort of like crazy fun as usual.
You
for
got
GTA.
your account back, huh?
Yeah, it turns out I wasn't banned, just kind of on a whim because
you were temporarily.
I was apparently only temporarily banned. I could have sworn the message was like permanent, but yeah, it was of course a character reset and everything. But yeah, so it's like I'm still kind of grinding up a bit to at least afford like a penthouse or something like that. And yeah, the thing is yeah.
You're a poor boy.
Yeah. But yeah, there's still many hackers as ever in that game.
Oh, for sure.
Most
They
of them
just
are
like
chill.
make it. They almost make it hacking. Like you just get an alien gun. It's basically the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
right. But I mean, like legit hacking though, like
Yeah,
people dropping stuff like that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's been okay. But playing a little bit of CS:GO, and I fired up Modern Warfare the other night also, and that was still a lot of fun. Not Warzone, just standard multiplayer because I'm really not a fan of Warzone. So. Yeah.
Still good. Still good.
Yeah, it's actually we'll talk about that more during the water cooler segment. So anyway, we'll leave that there. And yeah, that's been it for me. I was gonna start a Dark Souls run earlier this week, a Dark Souls 1 run, but the mod. So it's like I had at some point uninstalled it from my PC, so I was reinstalling it, and like the mod, it's like DS fits or whatever for PC that you need to get so that the game runs at like past 720p resolution and 60 FPS. Sorry for the phone there. And it's just like I made a screw up configuring things, just the game crashes during the first cutscene. So it's like I haven't bothered putting the effort into fixing it quite yet. But yeah. Anyway.
Good work.
There are other things you could play that are not broken immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
I aced Sekiro for the 10th time.
More like 40th time, I swear.
Jeez.
Yeah, I have how many hours do I have in Sekiro? I have
Too many.
Oh my goodness.
let's do a live chat right now.
Not as many as I have in CS:GO.
I have 91 hours in Sekiro, and the first 15 of them were my first playthrough, probably. So I have played like, let's call it like 75 hours worth of Sekiro outside of my first playthrough, where I'm just straight running through the game and playing it.
How many
Is that
hours
the-
do I have at CS:GO?
Like a boss rush mode in that game or anything? Like,
I
There's
have
a
played. So there's a
modded
mod
version.
for PC that does
Okay.
boss rush and everything, and I've done a couple playthroughs of boss rush before. Like
Okay.
when I recorded the video tutorial for Ethan about that one boss and everything that he wanted to help him, it's just like I just used the boss rush mod to.
wait,
do
which
it.
boss was that? Just I
It
just
was
wanna know.
Genichiro,
Okay, I think
the
is that
lightning
one?
dude you fight on the tower before you just meet Kuro again.
Yeah, okay.
and,
Basically, second to last, right?
No, not second to last.
No.
He's like.
He's mid. He's like a mid game.
He's
guy,
like the
right?
third major boss you'll fight in that game. He's
Yeah.
well, he's either the second or third depending on how you do it. Because the person you have to fight before Genichiro, like the main boss you have to fight before Genichiro, is a Diobu, the guy who screams his name and comes charging at you in the horseback,
That's what
And
my name is.
yeah, the my name is dude. And then you can fight Lady and beat Lady Butterfly either before or after Diobu. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously before Genichiro too. But Lady Butterfly is optional. You could technically do her after Genichiro. So
I'm just curious because now I'm just obviously a better gamer than Ethan because I didn't need that to be recorded for me.
oh, okay.
Ooh.
Shots fired. Shots
Wow.
fired.
Straight
Damn.
roasting this episode. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe Ethan will have to come on next week to defend his honor.
He was here last week.
Yeah.
And the week before.
Yeah.
Well, that's
2
why you
weeks
guys
in a
haven't-
row.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's why you guys haven't needed me. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, Matt, you've been.
You haven't been around the past 2
overthrown.
weeks. Anyway.
Yeah, that's
pathetic,
actually
that's fine.
true.
Yeah. But yeah,
I've been up north.
Yeah, that's been what I've been playing this past week. So the main site is of course cultureofgaming.com. Head on over there, find the latest gaming news, opinion pieces, reviews, etc., etc. And then on the right-hand side sidebar of the main site, you can find a link to our community Discord, in which you can chat with everybody you see on the podcast, as well as most, if not all, of the staff from the site in general. So if you want to talk to them about an article they might have published, or just kind of gaming in general, then hit them up there. Direct all criticism towards them there as well, and it's very fun. Anyway, no, I'm joking. Don't do that. Don't harass our staff members, please. But constructive
unless it's
criticism
Ethan.
is, of course, welcome.
Unless it's toward Ethan and about his bad Sekiro play.
Yes, and about his nuclear bad opinions on things also. Anyway, and then there are
Oh
two
my
faces.
god.
What?
Kidding.
Yeah.
He's a nice man.
He's a nice person. He doesn't even work here anymore. Doesn't even work here anymore. Anyway, there are two Facebook pages, one for the main site and one for the podcast. Link to which you can also find on the main site. But the Facebook pages are facebook.com/thecod network and facebook.com/poweruppod. podcast. And then Twitter at the COD Network, Instagram at Culture of Gaming, twitch.tv/Culture of Gaming, and youtube.com/Culture of Gaming. And if you'd like to find a repository of all the previously recorded podcasts, then you can head on over to our YouTube channel for the video format, or anywhere you can find podcast audio like Spotify, Podbean, Pocket Casts, etc., Podcast Addict, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, all that fun stuff. Everywhere you can find
All
it.
of the above.
Yes. All previously recorded podcasts. And if you'd like to catch us doing a live filming of the podcast, tune in every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on twitch.tv/Culture Gaming, where we will be here and recapping the news and general gaming conversations from the past week. Anyway, so moving right along, getting into aforementioned news, 2K, which is, everybody's favorite developer, but, our staff member Mike, who's been on the podcast quite a bit, kind of has really hates 2K, and honestly for good reason. They don't get talked about as a garbage publisher as much as Activision or EA, but I think they're up there. They might even pass EA in certain regards. Anyway, so 2K, excuse me. Oh, my throat just got dried out all of a sudden. Hold on.
Yeah, it's 2K just, messing with you there.
Yeah, they heard you.
I heard you talking smack.
Apparently. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so
The increased tensions.
no,
that we've
why? I had pause, not audio. Sorry about that.
No,
Jason
Taylor, it doesn't
Schreier, why?
automatically. I did the exact same thing. I hit pause and the audio went. It's
Yeah,
just
okay.
how it works.
Okay, yeah, okay, this autoplay video on Bloomberg. So anyway, this story comes to us from Bloomberg.com, and it's written by Jason Schreier. Yes, that Jason Schreier, the Schrei guy himself, who has me blocked on Twitter and of formerly Kotaku fame. We covered a few weeks ago that he left his position at Kotaku, and he landed over at Bloomberg to try to pad out their gaming news coverage of their tech area, which, to be fair, their tech area is pretty decent. I don't want to get into the big 2018 story that they did, and that was overall fake news. But anyway, so basically, Star Theory Games, the developers contracted by 2K Publishing to do Kerbal Space Program 2, the sequel to 2013 Kerbal Space Program, and all those fun space shenanigans you can have with that game and everything. I still love that game quite a bit. I've played it since Alpha. It's really fun. And so anyway, Kerbal Space Program 2, which was announced sometime last year, I think maybe at Gamescom or something last year. It was announced. It was somewhere around then. I don't think it was quite as early as E3, but anyway, so Kerbal Space Program 2 was under contract by Star Theory Games and everything, and it was going to be published by 2K, and the release window recently got delayed to fall 2021, and without much of a reason and everything, but it looks like now we have a reason. And so I'm just going to read kind of the intro paragraph of the article here. One Friday evening last December, employees of game designer Star Theory Games each received the same unusual recruitment message over a LinkedIn DM. It struck them as bizarre for two reasons. One, it came from an executive producer at the publishing company funding their next video game. Two, it said the game, and the works of the previous 2 years, was being pulled from their studio. So, yeah, so basically what happened is that 2K yanked and this all happened over LinkedIn DM, which is how they first found this out, by the way. 2K pulled the development contract for KSP 2 from Star Theory Games. Okay, let them know via LinkedIn DM, and then, this is where it gets good, attempted to poach the employees from Star Theory Games and have them join Take-Two. So,
Okay.
yeah, anyway, so what's going on is Take-Two has set up a new studio, and I believe it's going to be one of their internal developers, to develop Kerbal Space Program 2 and take that over and everything. And Take-Two was looking to hire all of Star Theory's development staff to make that happen. They were Take-Two was willing to offer the Star Theory employees a relatively hefty signing bonus, a better salary, and better benefits also. I don't know, if I was an employee, I might have taken that. I don't know, you get to work on the same project you've been working on, you're getting paid more, you did a nice signing bonus, more benefits. I don't know, I might have taken that.
But I mean, as an indie studio though,
Yeah.
which Starfield Games is kind of,
Uh-huh.
it's it's not so much the money involved or the fame involved or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's more like a pet project for a lot of these people who are like, making their first or second game
Yeah, it's
or
sort of
whatever.
like a
It's more
passion
so-
project sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Not so
Okay.
much pet project, but
No, I
passion
totally
project.
understand. I'm just saying, if it was me
Yeah.
there, I might have been like, "Oh yeah, do you want to?" I didn't work on anyway. That's
I'm going
besides.
to take more money.
It's besides the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So
besides-
like, a lot of people probably aren't interested in the secondary deal that 2K is offering.
Okay. Yeah, this happened earlier this year. It happened earlier this whole notice thing happened earlier this year, but the lid has just now been blown off on it. So Star
Sure.
Theory founders Bob Berry and Jonathan Maver convened an all-hands meeting, and they were in discussions about just selling the company to Take-Two, but were dissatisfied with what Take-Two was offering for them. And the game's cancellation came as a shock to all of them. And so when 2K pulled the contract, that was the only contract Star Theory Games was working on at the time, and the founders kind of were optimistic that we can continue, we'll just land another contract, get to work on that sort of thing, and we'll be good, we don't have to shutter or anything. And then coronavirus happened, where the studio had to be mandatorily shuttered. I think they're in California under California state law or something like that. It had to be mandatory shut, and it's they didn't have enough money to sail through. And then at the end of March, Star Theory had to close down business for good. They ran out of money. So
Okay.
yeah, Take-Two killed an indie studio is the
Nice.
headline here.
Wait, so they shuttered, but so who's taking over that game? Is it just...
2K is directly almost. They're having one of their internal development studios work on it.
Oh no.
Okay.
And that's the reason why it would appear that would be the reason of the delay that KSP got announced. KSP2 got announced.
I'm actually really surprised that game is getting a sequel.
Right? I think it's less of a sequel and more of an overhaul, probably, just because there are some very fundamental things from the core with how KSP was originally coded that really couldn't be changed into the live game. And it's also Unity. So the game is built in Unity and everything. Unity has come leaps and bounds the past 7 to 8 years since KSP was developed and everything. So getting a better Unity engine, better coding practices, stuff like that into it would definitely help it out. So
Yeah.
And they really need a tutorial as well. A better tutorial, because the learning curve of that game is rather steep.
Yeah, I was thinking about hopping onto
Steam.
that game.
Okay.
It's on sale, but I'm I should just wait for the second one. Probably.
It's so steep to get into. You can leave Earth's atmosphere and that's it. Really, me personally, I've played 7 hours of it. I've still got no clue what I'm doing.
I'm around 300 hours in KSP1, I think. Yeah.
It's having small goals.
I have no idea how many hours I am into that.
Okay.
I don't know. Game seems
Do I
fun.
even still have it downloaded? I do.
Oh, you know what?
I have a solid
Actually,
5 hours.
I misspoke when I said earlier that none of Star Theory's employees took the deal. It looks like 33. Or no, I'm sorry, not 30. It looks like around 15 ended up going over to 2K to continue work on the project and everything. 3 of Star Theory's lead developers, Jeremy Abels, the studio chief, Nate Simpson, the creative director, and Nate Robinson, the lead producer, departed for Take-Two, as well as another dozen of Star Theory's employees. So
That really sucks.
while the rest stuck around in an attempt to save the business.
That's unfortunate.
Okay.
Yeah, so about a dozen. Yeah, so half of the studio went over to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So at least we got the people who have been, at least half people who've been working on it are still going. That's a good sign.
What happened to the rest of the employees? No idea.
They're out of work right now, probably. If they found work somewhere else, that has been reported on. So
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, Intercept is developing, continuing on developing.
What has Intercept done?
It sounds very familiar, to be honest with you.
Intercept. What's new actually?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is coming from Kerbal Space Program.com, Dev Diaries, introducing Intercept Games. Today we wanted to share with you the name for a studio dedicated to the KSP2's development, Intercept Games. This was on May 28th, 2020. So, yeah, that was one of this. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, yeah. Hopefully that game is still good. I mean,
Yeah.
I have faith in those guys, but we'll see.
I wonder how far along in development they are. Like whether it just needs polishing or if it's like mostly done. Or,
I would say
'cause when was it supposed to release?
it was supposed to release in early 2021.
Well, it's supposed to come out this year, and then they.
Was it? I thought it
think
was
so.
already like originally slated for 2021 when it even
Oh.
first got announced.
You
So
might
I
be
think
right.
like early to mid 2021, but then that got pushed back to the fall. I'd say there's still quite a bit of work left on the game, to be honest.
Yeah, especially when you lose half your studio, and then
Yeah, this whole little corporate shakeup.
yeah, plus working from home, it's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty wild.
I know that's kind of messed up Steam developers when it comes to CS:GO.
Right. So yeah, well, I don't know. What do we Matt, what do you think about this whole situation?
Dick move, honestly.
Okay.
All things considered.
You're
it's like,
looking
yeah,
at Unreal.
We're taking your game from you.
GameSpot. Sorry.
And we're also trying to poach your entire team. That's just like
Sounds like 2K.
But
Yeah.
2K
the,
already had publishing rights, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Right.
Yeah, but it's just
Yeah,
one
so-
of those things where it's like, it's just to me it appears so unprofessional. Be like, hey, we've given you the rights to be able to do this. Cool. Now make it. 2 years later, yeah, we're pulling the rights, we're pulling everything you've made, and we're trying to poach everybody you got. That's just so unprofessional to me.
Yeah. Okay.
Did they? So with KSP 1, was that done under 2K as well?
Kind of.
think
So
so.
KSP1 was originally developed by this indie studio called Squad and everything. And then 1 or 2
Oh,
years
yeah.
into the game's life cycle after it been released, 2K published the Squad studio and everything. And there was a little bit of a corporate shakeup back there where they kind of restructured the development team of Squad and everything. And I think they eventually kind of absorbed Squad into another development studio. But still, a lot of the original people were working on KSP1 and everything. And so, yeah, and
I
then
want to say they took over like when they started bringing it to consoles.
yeah, I think so. And then yeah, so 2K has been owning KSP for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's on Steam at least said the Developers Squad, the publisher, was at least originally Private Division.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a subsidiary, I think, of 2K.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It might have been
Didn't,
because upon release, it wasn't 2K wasn't the publisher. But, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Wasn't what am I saying? The Outer Worlds done by
Yes.
Private Division?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Huh.
interesting. To me, like, yeah, it's kind of, as Matt said, it's kind of a bad move or a dodgy move or a whatever you want to call it.
Dick move.
Yeah.
Dick move. Yeah, there you go. Okay. If you want to call that.
Yeah, that's what
so-
I want to call it.
Okay, fine. So I don't know, like it's kind of their right what they do with their IP at the end of the day,
Mhm.
but also like you don't destroy an indie studio if you can help it. So maybe we don't really know the circumstances surrounding the game, obviously. Maybe work just wasn't being done on it. Maybe they've been having issues with the studio for quite some time. Nobody really knows. So
Right.
I don't know. It could be like a situation where just stuff wasn't getting done, and then they're like, "Okay, we've had enough. Bye. You're not getting funding anymore."
It seems
blah,
like
blah,
they tried to buy him out though, and just the buyout didn't work. Because
Yeah.
like it's because they still have half of the team working on it, so I don't know if like that was the issue,
Right.
but because they still
Well,
want the
maybe.
people.
It mentions in the article that 2K was in talks to purchase Star Theory games, but the talks kind of fell through because the the leadership of Star Theory wasn't impressed with the terms 2K was offering. So
Mhm.
Sure.
That sounds more. Yeah.
yeah, and so it's like, oh, what? Screw it. We'll just. It's kind of like a very bully-ish move. I think It's like,
It
yeah.
it very much is.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not
No,
denying it's like how kind of ass-hattery that whole situation is there. Although I don't think it was 2K's intention to try and shutter the studio. I think that was an unfortunate byproduct of just like, the
I
virus
mean,
kind of came
there-
by and
Probably
There's-
is.
There's no way they planned on doing that and wouldn't think the studio would have some sort of ramifications, either closing down or at least being on the verge of for a very long time.
right.
Yeah.
Well, they probably actually planned it because they're probably like, "Hey, give us your studio, let us buy it off you, or we're going to close you.
Yeah, 2K definitely knew kind of the numbers that Star 3
It would have been
working with,
premeditated.
so
Yeah, that sounds about right. Like they probably lowballed them because they knew they probably weren't in great like financial.
well,
spots.
it seems like they were though. That's the thing. Like they were basically just going to like sit and like I guess after this is also in the article. It's like it looks like the plan was after the KSP 2 contract got yanked, the remaining employees were basically gonna like start concepting and prototyping some stuff and start pitching it at GDC to like publishers or like larger developers to try and get an idea picked up and everything to get a new contract. But obviously GDC got canceled as we reported on during the podcast, and the Corona thing happened. So yeah. I think that's why I think it's kind of an unfortunate byproduct is that were things a little bit more normal in the world, Star Theory would probably still be around.
Yeah, probably.
Like even with the TSP2 contract being yanked.
Yeah.
Series of unfortunate events.
Yes, truly. All right.
That's a movie, by the way.
Yeah, and it's a better book series.
Yeah.
Probably is.
No, it 100% is. I've read it.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Okay. Anyway, anything else to say about this whole situation outside of hopefully the guys at Star Theory get some employment prospects?
Should have just gone with Epic.
I'm sure they will. I mean, that game is such an iconic game that they'll find something.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
100%. All right, so so this is the part where I promised in the intro segment. You know, last week we said, oh, we're doing the PS5 event on Thursday. We're going to talk about that. That'll be pretty exciting, right? Exciting podcast that next week, guys. Okay, we're going to have lots of stuff to talk about and break down, okay? I'm sure we won't end up repeating the same PS5 Xbox One conversation that we've been having. Anyway, Sony, in their infinite wisdom, made the judgment call that due to certain events happening in the US and everything, that now would not be the greatest time to hold the PS5 reveal event. So earlier this week, I think this happened on like Monday or Tuesday. I'm sorry. When was this?
It was this week.
Yeah, it was early in the week and everything. Sony said, we have decided to postpone the... Oh, this was on June 1st. We have decided to postpone the PlayStation 5 event scheduled for June 4th. While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PS5 games, we do not feel that right now is a time for celebration, and for now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard. So they announced it via tweet, I believe, and they didn't give a new date for the PS5 launch or the PS5 announcement event, but it definitely didn't happen just later in the week or anything. So maybe sometime next week or maybe 2 weeks or so from now, we'll see what happens.
If they wanted to getting it released this year, they have to announce it within the month at least.
Yeah, it'll definitely probably happen this month, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't even know what that event was about. Like, you know, like we didn't know if it was going to give us prize or whatever, so.
No, we don't. Although I guess the preliminary details would be like it'd run for an hour, showcase new PS5 games for the system, and the first real gameplay for the console. I wonder if we would have even seen the box. Like,
I think we would have seen the box.
I feel like we would have seen a digital version of it or something, not the
Okay.
actual thing.
Got it.
I think we would see the final design personally.
Yeah.
Because if they're still wanting to get it out by holiday season,
Yeah.
they have to give us more stuff by this point.
Okay.
Starting to push it a little too close, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. Anecdotally related. So I set my Twitter's like trending location to be either in Japan or South Korea because I enjoy going on my phone and not being depressed. So whenever I go onto Twitter, I like seeing like anime girls or K-pop, and so
I kid you not, I've seen him scrolling through it one time. That's all it was.
Yeah, because I like going on my phone and not being totally depressed about the world around me. And so, it's like Japanese Twitter had an absolute meltdown over this and everything. Like, they couldn't figure out why a Japanese company, like, they didn't understand the events happening in the U.S. and everything. And they couldn't figure out why a Japanese company was doing this and everything for events happening in the U.S. So, I mean, yeah, that's just kind of an anecdote. I don't want to get into the politics, like, at all of anything that's going on. So
Then let's
I
not.
think maybe just, like, the general question is, do we think this was a good move by Sony or no? Like, do you think this was?
Yeah, definitely.
You think so? Okay.
Oh, 100%. You're not going to come out right now and make it about you. Right?
Mhm.
It's not. A lot of things going on. You know, Black Lives Matters. Coming out and being like, look at us now.
Sure. Yeah.
Terrible idea. No
Okay.
matter who you are, what company you are. Bad move.
Sure.
Okay. Anthony, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think I'm not getting into where I stand on the whole situation or anything, but I think no matter what the circumstance, it's similar to like releasing a game about pandemics. When a pandemic is happening, it's a bad idea.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's a bad idea to draw people's attention to you when the world's burning around you, in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's a good idea for them to wait till things calm down, and then people can actually focus on what's coming out and then be excited for it, rather than being like, hey, here's an hour of happiness. Hell, the world's still stuff.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So yeah, I think that's a good idea for them to wait for it to be over.
Okay. Matt, go.
Yeah, at the end of the day, with everything going on, I think it was a good idea, because when you announce something new, you want obviously as much attention as possible.
Right.
And when obviously other things are going on, especially in one of your biggest selling countries, it's sometimes just best to say, hey, we're going to wait on that.
Yeah.
Because then you'd have a better response.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment and everything, right? It's just like, even just like from a marketing 101 standpoint, it would have been like, this is just not going to get any news attention this week at all.
Exactly.
Right? Like, it'll be relevant for literally the hour that we're doing it, and that's it. And then it's like, oh, people, so it's definitely a very good calculated strategic move by Sony. Really don't blame them, in all honesty.
Mm-hmm.
As for like the whole thing, it's like, oh, they're a Japanese company, why do they care? It's more, I think, so it's like, well, I mean, even just like cold hard strategically, it would have been a good move, right, and everything, right? So I'm sure that's part of it.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm not going to tell, like, oh, the Japanese people, oh, this makes sense for a Japanese company, because obviously they know their country better than any American would. But it's more of like, to me, this kind of seems in line with what a Japanese company might do, because like we've seen Nintendo in the past delay directs because of like a disaster or a tragedy that's happened in another part of Japan before. So, So,
yeah, and especially when, like I said, it's one of your biggest markets.
Right.
Yeah.
It's worth the wait.
Yeah.
Makes no difference which country you are based out of. At the end of the day, it depends who holds the biggest market share, really.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
who gives you the most money, which country.
Right.
If that country's not doing well, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so anyway, and it's like, I'm not sure, I don't know the exact numbers for PS4 in Japan, but it's like obviously in the US, Sony is still big here with the PlayStation, so no issue there.
Yeah.
And then also,
and then
go ahead.
soon to come Xperia 2 phone, right, Taylor?
Oh yeah, oh man, I'm so excited for that phone. That's a 4K screen on your phone. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want it anyway.
And it's got like a super nice quality camera built into it too, that you could like.
Because I take so many pictures.
But like just.
I
It's
know.
nice to have.
Oh.
It's nice to
Wait,
have.
Exactly.
I've got to ask you guys a question. What do you think about people going at like general consumers who don't take a heap of photos or anything like that, who buy a phone just because of the camera?
I think, well, so it's like, I don't know, I think it's like fine because of like how popular like Instagram is and everything.
It's
So-
to me, it's one of those things also that like because I enjoy spending time with my family and I enjoy being able to take nice pictures with my family. So if I have a camera that can do it like great, then yeah, that's be one of my targets for looking at a phone. Because all of them kind of generally have a great operating system now. So
Yeah.
kind of one of the defining features can be a camera.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've seen
good.
like the iPhone 11, like that 3-camera one,
Yeah.
or 3-lens one, and like compared to my iPhone like X or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, like that's it's like very obvious how
Yeah.
substantially
And
like, better.
Then you're slowly getting to the point where like a phone is literally all you need to do to be able to certain things. Like
Right.
YouTube, you could entirely do it off your phone nowadays.
Right.
Mhm.
It's like the camera is starting, and Matt has a good point, the camera is kind of what sets like things apart, and like which company's processing do you like better, because even the like camera hardware specs are getting like more and more in line with each other. So it's like, you know, which processing do you like? Do you like maybe Samsung's like smoother face processing, Apple's kind of like cooler tone processing, stuff like that? Yeah, whichever. I will say that's like so it's like, as before mentioned, I don't really take that many pictures, although on the off chance that I do want my phone's camera to be up to snuff and everything. So you know, so it's like I will never buy a phone just as, oh, it has a really nice camera on it. I'll buy a phone because I like another aspect to it. I will say though that my Note 10 Plus that I've been using for a while now, I've more or less been using it since October of last year.
On and off.
Yeah. And just like this organization I'm part of at my university, I became the club's like intermittent photographer because my phone had the nicest camera on it. So yeah. So yeah, that was super nice to have and everything. Take really nice photos of everyone for the organization. So anyway.
And it's also, phone hardware is just kind of all the same right now in terms of like everybody's either using a Snapdragon or you have Apple.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
No, Taylor, come on. You own an Android phone. You're poor.
Okay.
He's been told that.
Yeah, it's like sitting
Yeah, I
down.
know,
It's like I'll never forget sitting down next to a girl in one of my lectures with like a cracked iPhone like 6 or 7 or whatever, right? And seeing it's like I was when I had my Note at the time. It was just like oh, what phone is that? Does she notice like the little like punch out notch on the front of the screen and everything that they have? And it's like, you know, it's kind of unique looking. She's like, oh, what phone is that? It's like, oh, it's a Note 10 Plus. And she's like, oh, it's an Android. Are you poor or something?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm serious. Yeah.
I would have just stood up and left.
I think like the class was starting, so I
Excuse me?
couldn't like move over.
I would have just been like, I'm out. I'm gone. I gotta go. I
hang.
gotta go.
I didn't sit next to her again after that one.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But
It was when he came home. He told me the story. I couldn't help but just like burst out laughing.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
That's funny.
It's so dumb, and it's something that would only happen at ASU. I swear.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds, yeah.
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 Anyway.
Back to the topic now.
Yeah, so incidentally also for the same reason that Sony canceled their event and everything, a couple other companies have done the same thing. EA Play, which was going to be like an EA press conference event sort of thing or whatever. They kind of did one for E3 last year too, so I imagine it might have been similar style. Got postponed, and so did the other thing that I could find was Modern Warfare Season 4. Got postponed like maybe another week or so, I'd say. Did they give a date on that, Andrew? Do you know?
No, I was playing last night. They just had a 0 countdown, nothing.
Oh, okay. They didn't even bother updating the timer. Interesting. Okay.
I know like IGN is postponed like their Summer of Game stuff, and you know.
Seriously?
Yep. Everyone's just out of respect. It's just kind of postponing.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Just to,
Yeah.
their companies obviously they want to look like they're doing the right thing, even if, whatever. Like,
Right. It's like whether or not they actually care can be debated and everything.
Yeah.
Not on here, but like obviously companies have some PR face to save. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. Moving right along to it. So Nibelian, he's a big Japanese rumor and leaker person in the games industry on Twitter. He latest tweet from June 5th this week is Bloodborne Remaster coming to PC and PS5, quote, soon, end quote. Developed by Q-Lock and Blue Point Games. It's going to have better textures and models, better loading times, and more quality of life improvements. 60 FPS, 4K, ultra-wide support, and it will be coming onto Steam, apparently.
You might actually have a reason to finish the game now.
I mean, it's like I would just wait for it to come on PC before playing it on PS4 again.
That's what I meant.
Were you not a
Okay.
Bloodborne guy?
What?
Were you not a Bloodborne fan, or?
I started playing it, but like I never kept playing it and everything.
I just know you're such a Dark Souls guy that I didn't.
Yeah, I know. And it's I was having fun with the game and everything. It's just like it's kind of hard to just like I do so much gaming on my PC and everything. It's kind of hard to like play a PS4 game too consistently. In all honesty, so yeah.
From what I remember too, like the loading times were terrible in that game.
Were they?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, they were pretty horrendous.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I mean, it was a pretty early on PS4 game, but
Oh yeah. Okay.
it was like a good
If they
almost a minute load.
Remastered it and released it with all the DLC. Oh, that'd be nice.
I'm sure that'll be part of it, right?
Yeah.
A remaster is such a weird word because it came out 2014 or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, technology's progressed so much since then,
it's true.
especially being like an early PS4 game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of overhead that could be done.
I feel like remaster is just kind of like, for lack of a better term, almost because I don't know, it's just like Bloodborne modernized doesn't really have the same ring to it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a port or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Bloodborne reported.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I know Bluepoint, they're pretty good at porting.
Did
They're
they?
like they're they're a studio known for porting.
Oh, okay. What have they? Let's see. What have they done?
I think they did.
They did the Shadow of the Colossus. They did
some
the
nice-
Uncharted Nathan Drake connection. They They ported Titanfall 1 to Xbox 360 because you know that originally came out on like Xbox One and PS4. They ported Flower to the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita, which was a popular PS3 indie game. They ported PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale to the Vita. They did the
That's
remaster.
kind of
Oh,
impressive.
okay. This is fairly big, I guess. They did the remastered ports of MGS2, MGS3, and Peace Walker for PS3 and 360.
Ethan's favorite games.
Huh?
Ethan's favorite games.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
definitely. They did the ports of God of War and God of War 2 to the PS3 for the God of War collection.
Okay.
And they did the Eco and Shadow of the Colossus connection for PS3, which was porting PS2 games. So yeah, actually they have a fairly good track record on this.
Yeah, that's
all
a
things
solid
considered.
lineup there of what they've done.
So yeah,
It's all like big games that they poured into. Like those aren't.
yeah, those aren't like snoozers, are they?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys believe it or?
I would say so.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Because it's a super popular game, and they've been obviously Sony's been trying to branch out into the PC space a little bit, especially since Xbox has kind of started moving some stuff there. So yeah, I could definitely see it happening,
Yeah,
especially since that's one of their biggest titles on PS3 and PS4.
Yeah, Dark Souls 3 was like surprisingly popular on PC.
Oh yeah,
Especially considering a From Software game. So it's like From hadn't really touched PC until they did a really good job on the Dark Souls 3 PC port, and then like, oh, it was of course popular and everything, right? And so yeah, they kind of got the new attention, which is why I'd imagine they came out with Dark Souls Remastered and everything because they wanted to. Oh, hey, it's like we want to provide a decent PC experience for people now from us and everything, as opposed to having to go mod DS1 on PC, etc., etc. So it made sense that maybe they would try and tap into this market. And I don't know. I think there are some games that were released as like early on in this latest generation of consoles and everything that really could have benefited from even just another year or two of development, development technology and everything. And I would say Bloodborne is definitely one of them. Granted, we're getting an entire next generation worth for it, but I think Bloodborne is definitely deserving of this whole thing. I need to turn on your camera again.
Maybe I'll try to fire that game up again.
Yep.
Although I'm excited. I guess I'm just excited for this to be ported into every game, but just like a naked Norman Reedus. Bloodborne really
Yeah.
be up my alley.
Yeah.
Now that whatchamacallit's on PC. Is it on PC yet?
It's coming out in July. Death Stranded. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And naked Norman Reedus will be like the new, like just mod into every game.
Yeah. Excuse me for 1 second.
yeah.
Kind of excited for that, honestly.
This how he just left us at the end of a topic.
Well, I'll bring this up too. It looks like this guy, the same guy or person, says that these PS4 exclusives are also headed to PS4 exclusive are also headed to PC, and they mentioned Days Gone, God of War, Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, Uncharted. What's this one called? Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep.
Obviously,
I out of all the games, it can easily. Well, yeah, obviously. What was I gonna say?
Horizon.
No, well, yeah, that's the one that I was about to mention, but like,
It's confirmed.
yeah,
Is it?
Horizon is yeah.
Oh,
yeah, like that one is gonna be awesome. I would also honestly like to see what they could do with God of War, because that one's such a a different type of game.
I don't feel like that's going to come to PC, to be honest. Neither is Uncharted, because if they were going to do Uncharted, they would have done Uncharted by now, in my opinion.
They need more of a proving grounds to reason all the ports over, because ports cost, they're not easy.
Cheap, yeah, not easy, not cheap.
Yeah.
but
it's more of a proving grounds of, hey, well, this has worked. Let's try this thing, and let's see where we can go from it. And honestly, it's all their top lineup, so they're gonna get sales regardless. But they need proving grounds of they can make a quality game to be able to make sales in the future.
Yeah.
The problem is, if they port everything, they're gonna.
This is everything last gen,
everybody.
so.
Yeah, like they're not like.
Well, okay. So
are not. They're not still selling millions of these games anymore, I feel like.
no, I know, but like with Horizon Zero Dawn, the community absolutely cracked it and were like, "You can't do this. You're taking PlayStation 4 games and you're giving them to PC people. That's like against exclusivity, all this kind of stuff." And people weren't happy about it at all. There's a whole story about that. So I feel like if they did that to God of War, it'd probably be the same.
I just love how immature the thought of people playing more of their favorite game is.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
No, you can't do that. Like, I just want to play the game.
It's been on PlayStation 4 for 4 years. It's gonna be more.
It's beneficial to everybody.
And it's one of those things like with Epic exclusives. I imagine they're gonna come out on PS4 way before they come out on PC. Like, that's how I imagine it going as well for any of their PS5 titles. Like, it's gonna be on the console for a couple years. Once it's ran its course there, then they'll introduce it to a new audience because they can easily get sales that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a second coming with like some DLC or like a whatever re-up version of it. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely think like some of these games are like Spider-Man. I have for sure think it should be coming to PC. Like,
I imagine that one.
I thought that'd be difficult control-wise.
What's difficult control-wise?
Like
Spider-Man coming to PC.
Playing on mouse and keyboard would be a bit difficult, wouldn't it?
It depends.
Controllers exist.
Yeah.
I know, but like still.
I don't use a controller.
That game is kind of taxing on your fingers.
Yeah, if like Dark Souls or Sekiro can be played on mouse and keyboard, then Spider-Man probably can.
People play Sekiro on a guitar or whatever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
People played Dark Souls 3 on a banana.
Or like, what is it? The
DK Bongos. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean.
So I think it'll be just fine.
Yeah, not that hard. I mean, I'm sure it's hard.
Do you want Taylor's take on the comment you had, Anthony, about fans worrying about it?
Oh well, Taylor, you know that with Horizon Zero Dawn, how it's coming to PC.
Yeah.
How people lost it.
Uh-huh.
I think we talked about this, didn't we, on the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like if they did God of War and such for PC, which are rumored to be coming to PC, people would absolutely lose it, wouldn't they? Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, for
Matt,
whatever.
anything to add?
They're also like
I just think it's so dumb that people complain about that.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's like it's kind of funny.
God forbid more people want to play your favorite game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in this Twitter thread talking about Bloodborne and everything, he also says that Bluepoint is also working on a Demon Souls port in Remaster.
Oh no.
That would be a ton of fun. That would be fun.
Demon Souls is rough.
I know, but like if it was
really is.
if it was refined and modernized just a little bit, that'd be fun.
Yeah. I never played Demon Souls, but like I had a friend who was like super into it. Like before it was obviously
Before it was popular.
Yeah, I mean everyone who played
Because
Demon Souls was like
Yeah. It was like a cult favorite, you know?
yeah.
It's what kicked off
Yeah,
the Dark Souls.
Yeah.
because I'm such an amazing gamer, I played like 20 minutes and gave up.
Oh,
Yeah, it's if you thought the original Dark Souls was hard.
Oh, Demon Souls is harder, 100%.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
A lot
Not
harder.
even close.
It's level based though, right? So you're kind of like you have to like you don't get through the whole level in like one go, do you? You can like stop
I
it.
forget how the exact mechanics works. All I know is the time that I played it was kind of
I know when
it
you
was difficult for me.
Difficult,
you die,
difficult,
you
lemon
go
difficult.
to Hades
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and you've got to collect souls in that area.
Yeah.
And that's only on
Um,
PS3, right?
Yes.
Dang, that could definitely be.
It was a fairly early PS3 game too.
Yeah, I remember it had the old
The-
logo on it.
Yeah.
The speed that they make the Demon Souls and Dark Souls games were pretty impressive because it was like every other year they came out with one during that stint.
Well, it's just copy and
Demon Souls and
paste.
Dark Souls.
Well,
Eh,
no,
Not
I don't
really.
know. It's a lot of environmental design and a lot of new art assets too.
Yeah.
It all looks the same.
Demon Souls came out in 2009.
You're just a bad gamer.
2009.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
right.
I know. Tell me about it.
Years after the PS3 launch.
Yeah, so it was still fairly early. Yeah, no, From Software definitely has 2 different teams working on stuff.
Yeah, they do.
100%.
I think they said that they do, don't they?
Huh?
I think they said at one stage that they do, don't they?
Probably.
Like
But
2
if
teams.
anything, though, everybody at From Software is working on Elden Ring right now.
No, that game is never releasing.
Wow.
What makes you say that, Anthony?
George R. R.
What
Martin
creates
attached
such
to it.
a hot take?
Please
And,
stop.
Right, he's the one that-
Because
right, the writer.
Just tell-
Yeah, he's like the primary
Because
writer
Tell-
for Elden Ring.
Yeah, did he even release his last book yet?
No.
No. That's reason 1.
He's
Reason
got
2
more
is 'cause
important
Taylor
things
wants
to
us
do.
say
Yeah,
what
like
happened.
write Elden Ring.
But like those games don't even have stories, really.
This
I mean,
one
they
is
do.
supposed to have
Hey.
more of a story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I guess because Code Vein was very like surprisingly story based,
Mhm.
and that one was received pretty well with the story. So I imagine they're trying to make it, you know, Dark Souls, but actually with a forefront of a story
Yeah.
now instead of more of a deep seated one you had to look for.
Was that from
It's never releasing.
Was Code Vein FromSoft?
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Wait, really? Okay.
I think it was from Software if I remember correctly.
What, Code Vein? No.
Yeah.
No, it
No.
wasn't.
It was Bandai Namco, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
then-
Bandai Namco published it, but
Am I remembering?
Code Vein was
the-
developed by
Oh, that's why because it
was
Bandai.
an internal studio from
Souls-like
Bandai
game.
Namco.
Okay.
Everything's Souls-like nowadays, so like you don't know what's actual Dark Souls.
I mean, to be fair,
But if
Bandai
you know
Namco.
it's published by Bandai Namco, you pretty much know it's a genuine Dark Souls genre game.
Yeah, I don't know. Bandai Namco published all of From Software stuff, except for Sekiro, which was published by Activision on like a one-off deal that
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
Activision expected to be as popular as it was. So,
That game
Yeah.
come for Xbox ever?
yeah,
Oh, it did? Okay.
Sekiro. Yeah, it released on
Yeah.
Xbox. It released on all 3 major platforms.
For some reason, I thought it was like a
Code
PS4.
Vein was fun though. It wasn't as heavy into like the weapons, more of like the abilities you got and whatnot. It's definitely an interesting.
Never forget the anime titty review bomb.
Isn't that why he blocked you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
I am blocked by many a games journal because I would ask them publicly why they feared the anime titty.
I wonder why.
Kid you not.
Yeah.
Funniest thing I've ever seen.
Just the wording of that, it just cracks me up.
I mean, I don't know. A majority of
With two
reviews.
Ds, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you spell titty? Tiddy. There you go.
Double DY.
I
All
hate
right.
everything about that, but it's also great.
I'm gonna be DED dead in a minute.
DE double D dead.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Okay.
right.
Anyway, so moving on to another evil corporate topic. We talked about 2K, who's a garbage publisher. Let's talk about another garbage publisher,
Now.
Activision Blizzard, the parent company of both Activision and Blizzard.
No way.
Yeah. Activision Blizzard, you might have heard them at some point. Their CEO, Bobby Kotick, is reportedly paid way too high, according to multiple investment groups. I mean, I could have told you that one. I believe we've covered on the podcast a couple of years in a row about Bobby Kotick being the highest paid game CEO in the industry.
How much does he get?
He gets $28.5 million in 2019. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, so I'm going to kind of read directly from the article here for a little bit. This is coming from PC Gamer, but plenty of other places, even like some I think CNBC has an article about this either, and they're like an investment website. Anyway, investment group says Activision CEO Bobby Kotick gets paid way too much. According to the shareholder group, typical employees make 1/3 of 1% of what Kotick takes home in a year. Last year, Activision CEO Bobby Kotick ranked him on, quote, the most overpaid, end quote, chief executives in the U.S., according to shareholder advocacy website As You Sow, which said that he earned more than $28.5 million in 2019. That was tops among games industry CEOs, but only good enough for 45th place on the overall list, which is a whole different thing. So yeah, we're all just kind of like comparing it to within the industry. And 92% of Activision shareholders voted in favor of this astronomical pay package. This year, CTW Investment Group, which, quote, works with union-sponsored pension funds to enhance long-term stockholder value, end quote, is a, quote, substantial Activision Blizzard shareholder, is pushing back on Kotick's future compensation package. In a Securities and Exchange Commission filing, Executive Director... Huh?
I just love this picture. Sorry, I posted
it's staring into my soul. I'm gonna actually scroll the page down a little bit so I don't have to
I kind of just want this as an emote. For some reason, it's this
get in the COD server.
Anthony, get on it.
Yeah. Dude, in the COD community server. Okay, anyway. Yeah, Dieter Wise. I'm not gonna even begin to pronounce that last name. Called on share. It's Austrian. I believe it's can be pronounced the same name as Arnold Schwarzenegger. He called on shareholders to vote against a proposed say-on-pay approval of executive compensation at the upcoming annual shareholders meeting. Over the past 4 years, CEO Robert Kotick has received over $20 million in combined stock option equity per year. These equity grants have consistently been larger than the total pay of CEO peers at similar companies. Specifically, over the past 4 years, Kotick has received $96.5 million cumulatively in combined stock option awards alone. In just 2019, he received $28.5 million in combined equity, primarily consisting of options valued at over $20 million. While equity grants that exceed the total pay of peer companies would be objectionable in most circumstances, it is of special concern in this case because Activision Blizzard employees face job insecurity following layoffs of 800 employees in 2019. We covered that on the podcast last year, where it's like Activision Blizzard gutted their whole customer service team pretty much, and typically earn less than 1/3 of 1% of the CEO's earnings, with some employees, such as junior developers, making less than $40,000 a year while living in SoCal, which if you've ever been to SoCal, you know how absorbently expensive things are there. Yeah, that's pretty insane. You know, I've heard that for like quite a few years about Blizzard and everything lately, that it's just like entry-level pay at Blizzard is much lower than the other industry, but a lot of people still do go to it because it's actually pretty helpful to have Blizzard on your resume. But so anyway, I've heard that from multiple different light sources the past few years. Same guy acknowledged that some aspects of Kotick's pay package are tied to performance, and that granted Activision has performed well, but said that the rewards are entirely out of proportion with the task. He also called out last year's layoffs of hundreds of employees, noting that Activision Blizzard's skewed approach to human capital management, lavishing multi-million-dollar rewards on the CEO as employees face layoffs, need to be addressed before it manifests in deeper operation problems. That's pretty much it. It's basically a official complaint filed with the SEC regarding this guy's pay, and this investment group is advising the chairman, the various chairmen, the investment board for Activision Blizzard to rethink Kotick's pay package. Furthermore, Kotick's tenure, which is the longest of any CEO of a public technology company, Activision Blizzard's market capitalization has increased from less than $10 million to over $53 billion while Kotick's been CEO. So yes, to be entirely fair, he has definitely guided the company to be very, very profitable and have a good return on investment for investors. But at what point is too much and everything is basically what it's getting at here. And when you're gutting your human capital, then there are some ethics complaints that can be reached here. So yeah, that's pretty much the story. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
This dude is rich as hell. And we thought the EA CEO was evil.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, to be fair, we all knew like Activision Blizzard has a track history of very, very bad business practices.
Yeah. I'm gonna read
Blizzard in
this
some
cases,
cases,
third to last paragraph here, because some of these numbers are insane. So I already read the market capitalization part, and he said in the last 5 years, Activision Blizzard's share prices outperformed the S&P 500 by more than 120%, and which is like he performs 120% better than on the other like peer S&P 500 companies that Activision Blizzard is listed with, and over the past 20 years, under Mr. Kotick's leadership, Activision Blizzard's share price has outperformed the S&P 500 by over 11,000%.
Nice.
So,
That's a
yeah,
lot.
That is dirty.
dude is good at making money. That's no doubt. Dude's very good at making money, but again, it's like, what a... Yeah, so, what do we think? Pay cut time? Pay cut time.
20 mil.
Huh?
How about that?
Not if you ask him.
Right, yeah.
Apparently not, no.
It's one of those things where like Japanese companies, even like Nintendo and Sony, have been very famous for like taking CEOs, like cutting their pay in half to make sure that their employees are paid and employed.
Yeah,
During
Iwata
rough
famously
times
did
is-
that during the Wii U mistake. Yeah.
So it's like laying off 800 people, but getting even more bonuses on top of everything.
Yeah.
That's not going to settle well with the team.
No, that's
Ooh.
everybody
Why?
disliked that. It's like the Telltale games and everything. Everybody disliked that.
Everybody dislikes that. Everyone will remember that.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost $100 million in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hello, Anthony. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he needs a pay cut. He definitely needs a pay cut. He needs to like be cut back to like, I don't know. I don't even think he should be making like $1 million a year.
Well, like
Really?
the
Well, I
CEOs of
mean,
like
yeah.
Walmart and Home Depot, for example, make like 20 million a year.
Right.
Yeah, but
Never-
like if you're gonna
yeah.
be firing people and like
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, it's not really fair, is it? So I don't know. Like I feel like his pay should be cut back enough so then people can remain employed.
To give you an idea, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, which
Apple's
reached,
a little different.
I know reached. I mean, it's counted. It's among Activision Blizzard's peers, but because it
Yeah.
is a technology company.
Right.
So to give you an
Technically,
idea,
it's in the same class.
yeah. So Apple, which reached the $1 trillion market cap last year for a company. It's the highest
Which
value
is-
company in the world anywhere.
Yeah.
Tim Cook took $3 million in raw salary in 2019, and as well as a $7.67 million bonus in between a mixture of cash and stocks. So he made around $10 million in 2019, which was actually down from the $12 million he made in 2018. So
Okay.
yeah, this is still a lot of money, but again,
Yeah,
even
definitely.
it's like if the Apple CEO is only making like 10 to 12 million a year, and you're over here making 28 and a half, it's like this
What are
is
you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
When
a
we start the
problem.
riots.
Dude.
There's a problem.
Well,
That
it's
is
like-
good.
Not saying that he doesn't deserve like the money he's being paid, because can obviously lead a company to make money.
Mhm.
But like
Yeah.
that, he doesn't deserve to be paid that much.
no, definitely not. I think that needs to be looked at by the group of investors.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything else to say about that? I guess like I don't want to say it's cut
No,
and dry.
pretty straightforward on that one.
Yeah, we're all of the very same opinion today. Do you want to hear? Screw it. I think you should be paid more. There.
100 mil minimum.
Cut the
Yeah,
Diablo
right.
4 development team. Lay all those guys off. Pay Bobby Kotick even higher.
Don't you guys have cell phones?
Exactly. All right.
Right.
Anyway, so with that, kind of collapsing down the news segment, we're going to take a quick advert break and then be back with a very brief water cooler segment.
This week's episode of the Power Up Podcast is brought to you by OptiNutra. OptiNutra offers nootropic-type supplements that help support enhanced sleep, vision, flexibility, energy, long-range health, and so much more. You can check out their full range of supplements using the link in this episode's description.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We appreciate our sponsor for their continued support. Yes. Anyway, so moving right along. Kind of a brief water cooler conversation today, as not a whole lot of buzz has been happening outside of kind of the news stories and everything. Now it's about the season that we got the COD reveal. In all honesty, I'm almost thinking it's gonna be at the PS5 event. In all honesty, yeah. But so theoretically, the new COD would have been unveiled on Thursday this past week. But obviously, as we covered in the news segment, that didn't happen. Yeah. So rumors, very strong rumors, are going around that 2020 Call of Duty will revisit the Cold War. It'll be under the Black Ops name, and it will be working title Black Ops Cold War. If I might just say my initial thoughts, I think this is very, very dumb because Black Ops 1 was already in the Cold War.
Wasn't Black Ops 2 as well?
No, Black Ops 2 was in 2025.
It was like flashbacky.
Yeah.
Okay.
There were a couple of missions in Black Ops 2 where there were flashbacks to the late 70s and 80s, but yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 was firmly set in the Cold War, mostly around the Vietnam War time also. Yeah. Andrew, what do you think? Initial thoughts on the setting here, the rumored setting?
I think it's interesting. I don't know. I've kind of been on the record saying I think we're still doing pretty well with Modern Warfare.
I would agree with you too. Yeah,
I'm enjoying that game still, and I don't know. I don't think they need a new Call of Duty. They're obviously probably going to do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They always do anyways.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it looks. I don't know. I like it. So if they can make an interesting game that's somehow a little bit more, building on Modern Warfare, then great. Because I love Modern Warfare the way it plays.
Oh yeah, plays really nice.
So yeah, so if they can make a even better playing game, then yeah, I'm all for it. It'll definitely be interesting to see. I think it seems like Warzone is going to be there, they're kind of building on that. Yeah, I don't think it looks like they're going to keep building on it and not go the way of what was that last one that came out last year? Blackout
4. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, where they kind of had Blackout as a test and then got rid of it. This seems like they're doing much more with it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't play any Blackouts. I don't really know. If they had battle passes and all that stuff, but
okay.
Or seasons.
I know Black Ops 4 had a battle pass, I think.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Man, thinking about how lame the operators were in Black Ops 4.
Yeah.
Jeepers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Black Ops 4 was so much of just an accumulation of look how crazy Black Ops has been for a while now, and then that was just kind of a celebration of it because they scrapped the single player campaign in it. Yeah, I would probably just keep playing Modern Warfare and skip this year's COD, honestly.
Yeah, unless they do something cool.
Right, unless it's really, really neat. And you know what? Who knows? This rumor could be wrong. Anthony, what do you think about them revisiting the Cold War?
So Black Ops 1 was kind of more Vietnam based and was Cold War related, but it kind of wasn't as well.
Yeah, sure.
So I feel I've been on the podcast a couple of times. I've kind of been pushing for my microphone's about to collapse apparently.
Nice.
I've kind of been pushing for Cold War Call of Duty for quite some time now.
Okay.
I kind of like the idea. I don't feel like they should be doing anything multiplayer at all. I feel like what they should do is kind of cut down. So keep Modern Warfare as the main multiplayer platform.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep doing modes, keep doing Warzone, keep doing all that kind of stuff. With Black Ops 5, Black Ops Cold War or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should cut the price back a bit, so maybe sell it for $40, campaign only. That's it. Bang, out the door.
Oh, if we don't just campaign and zombies or something for $40, I think that'd be.
Well, there were zombies in what's called Blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and didn't they say they weren't doing zombies anymore?
Oh, maybe.
They said that on one stage.
That's a shame.
I think I could be wrong.
I don't know. They're the what's it called? The Spec Ops or whatever for Modern Warfare was pretty bad though.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Oh yeah.
If there's one aspect they can improve on, it is cooperative style. Like,
Oh
I
yeah,
don't think
that's
I've
bad.
touched Spec Ops in the new Modern Warfare, just because I think part of it is like I had a bad taste in my mouth because of the PS4 exclusivity to it. But I don't know. It's just like I still really like the multiplayer in that game, and the campaign was good. So
yeah. But so when I didn't play it either before I understand, like, there's a lot of bugs. Like, you could just fall through the world and like.
okay.
What the Spec Ops thing?
Yeah, Spec Ops. There's just.
So I played like 3 of them. They're pretty darn bad. Like you sit in a room for like 5 minutes while you're waiting for other players to
Nice.
come in. So it's like co-op kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it alone.
Oh.
There's no direction about where you're going at all. It's like, hey, there's like comms and stuff going on, and like, this guy's trying to steal this, go and stop him, blah blah blah. But there's no like direction of where you need to go. It's based off the Warzone map as well. So it's massive. Like you've got to go, like be driving for like a good 3 minutes to get where you need to be, kill a bunch of people, drive for another 3 minutes, blah blah blah. So it's kind of stupid the way they've done it.
Yeah, just drive somewhere, kill, and then drive somewhere, kill, basically.
Basically, yeah. Whereas like the Spec Ops in other Call of Duty games were very decent. So I feel like they need to go back to the side mission kind of thing that they were doing
I
previously.
like the trials in that game. I don't know if you guys have messed around with the trials at all.
No.
They're kind of cool. You can like little sniping challenges or like driving challenges. They're like you have to get like tickets to play them, which is kind of lame.
Okay.
But if you've never actually like spent the tickets, you'll probably have like 20.
Uh-huh.
But it's cool. Like I was messing around with like the sniper ones, trying to like just get 3 stars, and get my sniping game a little better and stuff like that. I don't know. They're fun little distractions if you don't like want to be shooting like multiplayer stuff.
Like die every 5 seconds.
yeah. I've been playing a lot of Shipment recently, so I can get.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
dude, that's crazy. That game, that level's
cancer.
I love
dude.
Shipment.
It's good for leveling guns up, man.
It really is. Shipment
I'm
and
not a
Rust. Shoot House too. Oh yeah.
But
Rust's better because Rust is slightly larger.
Yeah.
I hate Rust. I hate Rust so much.
Really? Okay.
I prefer Rust.
The
to
like
Shipment
verticality
any
of Rust is just
That can get annoying sometimes. Just like it's hard to see people if they're up on the tower in Rust. So
Yeah.
And bullets can just kind of rain on you, and you're like can't do anything about it.
Okay. Gunfight Rust is the worst idea ever.
it's
Like,
kind of
they
big, right?
I mean, yeah, it's not so much big, but it's like the verticality, and there's too many areas,
Okay.
Mhm.
and because it's like 2v2, somebody
Yeah.
just goes up top and then bang bang dead.
Sure.
Like you win the round,
Yeah.
and it's
Okay.
like,
Oh,
Hello?
wait, can you hear me or not?
There we go.
now we can.
Now we do. You cut out for a
I don't
little.
know what I'm.
Oh, you just switched your mic off. You're now on your webcam.
Seriously?
Yeah, probably.
It sounds like it.
It just got a lot noisier, like the white noise.
Got
Yeah,
potato ear.
Yes. It's
Scientific
a
term.
large dip in quality there.
Yeah.
Is that better or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah.
Cool. So there's like one other map in Gunfight where it's like over a hill. I can't remember what it's called, but like that kind of thing is great
Called Hill.
because there's one level. Okay, it's called Hill.
Yeah, I think the map is literally called Hill. Actually.
It's called Hell. Yeah. That level is terrible.
Wait. I mean, it's not bad because it's one level. Like, yes, you can lie down in long grass and not really be seen, but like it's more like tactical. Whereas Rust is just hell.
Mm.
I don't like Rust for Gunfight, but Rust for like whatever the heck the mode is decent.
So we talking about like the Spec Ops stuff. Anthony, I know you play a lot of Apex. Have you messed with the whatever they're called? I don't know what they're called, but like
treasure packs.
Sorry, what was that?
Treasure packs.
Yeah. Have you played any of the like single?
I've got no clue what they do. There's no information about what they do. You collect one a day.
Mhm.
Okay. You watch like a short cutscene about like what the story, because it's like a story kind of thing for Apex, and then you just go and collect treasure packs each day, and it doesn't tell you what they even do.
Spend them to play like a like a co-op dungeon style like a thing, right? Like
Might jump in and check it out again. Maybe I need to like just Google what they do.
yeah, I'm pretty sure you can like spend them to play like a co-op or like mission or single player mission.
Okay.
That's why I kind of like think it made me think of it after like talking about Spec Ops and seeing if Apex kind of does that but better.
Yeah, they need like with Apex and that whole thing, they needed to have had like a cutscene or something when they first introduced this, saying, "Hey, this is what they do." The cutscene that they have doesn't explain anything at all.
Yeah.
So,
All right, okay. Matt, I know you're not the biggest COD fanboy here. I don't have you ever even like played a COD game before?
Yeah, I
Okay.
have played several COD games.
Oh.
I just don't like the format of, hey, we're gonna release a new game every year.
That's
buy
right. Oh,
it.
that's right. We played zombies together. Never mind.
Yeah, I played it like with Andrew and other friends when I was younger, but like it was
Okay.
one of those things like to give you the idea of a childhood I had until basically around 11 or 12 years old when I got a Wii. I had an N64 and that's all I had.
Nice.
And the only games I ever played on it were Pokemon Snap, Ocarina of Time, and Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
That's all you need.
oh no.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
N64 version of Tony Hawk, I'm not sure I'm a fan of, but yeah.
It was interesting.
So
it
like,
was interesting.
Anyway, Sunny Alone, Black Ops. What do you think?
I don't care.
Okay, fair enough.
Long story short, like my story was going, I go from those games of playing a COD game with my friend one time. I was like, this is pretty, like, I don't care about this. Nah.
Okay.
So I just never been invested in any sort of any sort of
Pretty
games
crap story.
from COD.
Pretty crap story, to be honest. Black Ops.
Yeah, it'd be helpful if I wasn't. Actually, I did play a Black Ops 1 or 2 on the Wii. A
Oh
lot of
no.
multiplayer.
That's the best format to play it in, man.
It really was, because you've had that Wii
Oh,
Zapper where you
okay.
can just read like,
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the funnest things, I
That's
swear.
great. Okay.
Playing Array, I remember I played that map a lot.
Okay.
That was a really fun map. But like outside of that experience, because that's like the only thing that was relevant in terms of Call of Duty in my life, I've never really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Because it's like, I'd rather just play one game, get good at that game forever, and sink 1,600 hours into it.
Like,
Which
i.e.
is basically
Counter-Strike.
which is basically me with CSGO.
Okay.
Bobby Kotick doesn't agree. I just see him staring.
Yeah, that
Just-
image is kind of like burned into my mind right now. Not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I've scrolled away from it.
I've
scroll up.
closed the tab for a while.
But
Um.
I don't care about COD, and I never will care about COD.
All right.
Yeah.
I would, okay, so like I would recommend if you can get Modern Warfare for cheap, I definitely recommend like the campaign of Modern Warfare. It's like one of the best COD games in my opinion, if not the best COD
The
game.
The
MW2
original
campaign
or the new
remaster.
one?
The
You
new
should
one.
Yeah, you should
Oh,
get the
yeah,
MW2
that's-
campaign remaster.
No, not that.
No, MW2 campaign's good.
Nobody cares.
It's
though.
like a
I'm talking
cocaine
about...
binge. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm talking
It's
about
crazy.
modern Warfare.
The new one.
2019 Modern Warfare.
2019.
Campaign's okay.
I
Discord's,
enjoyed
killed
it.
itself
I'll let
anyway.
you guys argue about
I
that.
enjoyed
while I train in
aspects of it.
CS:GO.
So
I'm actually the highest rank I've ever been in CS:GO now, which is a Master Guard.
you got that the other night, yeah.
Tough of a tie where
Yeah.
it was terrible.
Once again, Matt, nobody cares.
I care.
Damn. All right, so we're moving on. Let's talk about Valorant. That came out on Tuesday because
See, it's relevant.
because Riot and because despite the U.S. going through a minor cultural revolution, Riot and by extension Tencent doesn't care.
Nah.
Yeah. So Valorant released on Tuesday. I completely forgot it released on Tuesday, honestly, until doing
Same.
this segment. I know I have it in the doc that it's a flop. It's I'd say it's kind of like it's somewhat polarized among like users and everything. I think is the best way of describing it. So like game critics are like mostly praising it. In all honesty, they're mostly positive. Except for I think its lowest score is a 70 and its highest score is a 90. So, and then the rest of are like in between 80 and 90. Oh, hello, cat.
No yeeting your cat over your shoulder either.
Do not pull an eliminate, please. Yeah, do not
She
pull
almost
an
yeeted
eliminate.
herself off of the dang thing when she jumped up here.
Okay.
Missed.
Oh, hi, kitty. Okay. And then, user scores are either positive or negative, not really mixed in all honesty. So on Metacritic, which again is the be-all end-all, so we did a sample, 83 Metascore on Metacritic from, like IGN, GameSpot, PC Gamer, etc. And 5.7 average user score. give you an idea of how like different some of these reviews are and everything. This user Count on Metacritic gave the game a 10 and said Valorant is the love child of Counter-Strike and Overwatch, and I would have a hard time recommending it to anybody who hasn't played and enjoyed either of those two games. And then this other user, the other user named Kid MMMD, gave it a 0 out of 10, saying the game feels like a trash, dumbed down version of Counter-Strike, and it's basically a Chinese ripoff to it, full of cheaters and malware. It'll ruin your PC and make other games not run as well.
Dang, dude, what a salty bitch. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I haven't done anything.
I had to say it like
I
that.
know.
Giving a game a 0, like come on.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
To be fair, it has been proven that the anti-cheat software that installs slows down pretty much everything else you do.
yeah.
I
So,
don't doubt it. I have it running.
is that what killed your PC the first time, do you think?
No, my own
Okay.
assery did that.
Okay.
Your cat's
Yeah.
very invested in your mic.
Dude, she's the worst.
What does your cat have to say?
She'll yell, I'm sure. Ugh.
Okay. So anyway, that's what that's how Valorant's been going. I don't know. I honestly don't have any desire to play this game. I'm just gonna keep playing CS and Modern Warfare in all honesty. Like I don't know,
Don't play any games.
a lot of
I taught Taylor the other night that playing CS:GO at midnight U.S. time is the best experience to play.
it truly is. Like all the kids have gone to bed and everyone up that late at night is super chill.
Yeah, I was up way too late last night playing Valorant.
Okay.
People were pretty nice. I mean,
Later at night, yeah.
yeah, like I was up really late playing, and like, I don't know, like I'm so weird at that game. Like one game I'll just go like 20 and
Yeah.
12. The next game I'm like 3 and 18. Like,
Oh.
it's just like
Yeah, that was basically me a couple days ago.
Yeah,
I went 10 in CS:GO. It's a 15 MR if anybody knows what that means. And I went like 10 and like 18 or 10 and 20 and something really bad, and I up ranked off of it. In the next game I went like 24 and 14, which was topping my team.
Yeah.
Like I'll just
It
go
was-
off
it
one
was
round.
Mhm.
People are like, oh,
Yeah.
this guy's pretty good, right? And then I just
Doesn't live up to it ever again.
terrible.
No.
Yeah. I get the good. I have one good pistol round, and people are like, all right, yeah, let's make an aim. And then, no, not so much actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys ever want to squad up, I'm
Okay. I probably am not going to download Valorant in all honesty. I do have legitimate concerns about the anti-cheat, and I don't know. It's just like I don't think I'll find it all that fun.
Taylor, just imagine like the one time we smurfed.
Oh, true.
I
Yeah.
mean, it could. You might
it
enjoy
might.
it if like,
Yeah, I don't know.
because like I do feel like I played a good amount in the beta.
Mhm.
I did feel for at least like 1 or 2 of those games, I was like, wow, these guys are not good.
These guys are
like,
scrubs.
Yeah, like I we got matched up against like pretty new players. Right?
Okay.
And we were just like, okay, like we're gonna wipe the floor with them.
I'll play just to ruffle and stomp.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
it's- and you can pick like, well, you can pick like just like the pure fragging characters.
Yeah.
Which is
That's
kind of-
basically what I would do.
Yeah, which is like kind of fun, like
Okay.
to do.
It's either that or like some movement-based ones, because I'm really like, I have developed a really good game sense when it comes to like strategic FPSs. So
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
gotta
most
use
yeah
that.
most of the movement ones are the people who are just like supposed to be like your top killer characters.
Yeah.
Have you have they fixed like the death animations at all? Like, do they look a lot less canned now?
No, they're still pretty
Okay.
not good.
Damn.
I mean, I get it. Like they're trying to get this game to run on like every
Everything,
PC possible, right? So they just like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like League of Legends has canned death animations also, but like
Mhm.
it's less jarring from the perspective that you see League of Legends through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and once you start putting like a physics, like that kind of physics
Like,
in the game
yeah.
too, like it's gonna.
Like CS:GO runs off Source Engine, and the ragdoll physics is insane, and it still runs very well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like I just don't know why they can't just do some form of ragdoll physics to make it easier.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know, like Modern Warfare, to be fair, has canned death animations also, but they've smoothed them out so much that you really don't notice them like playing
Yeah,
too
sure.
much.
It's,
So.
yeah, they have this weird like it's definitely like got some weird ragdoll, not ragdoll, but like it's got some physics to the
It
death.
definitely takes into account how they died.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
you can like shoot somebody like in the head, and they're just gonna like fly back.
Yeah.
You shoot them in the gut. They do this like kind of weird
Hunch
like,
over thing.
yeah, stumbly thing, which is kind of cool. And if you blow somebody up, they go flying. Like
Yeah.
they definitely have some physics there,
Yeah.
and I think they look really good.
Okay. Cool.
Anthony, does Valorant interest you at all?
I'm gonna download it and check it out.
Okay.
Nice, yeah.
See,
now.
See, the one thing I want to do when you come stateside is like 1v1 you in CS:GO just to see what it's
Oh,
like.
look,
and how good you are.
I suck.
Just because.
Okay, Matt,
You can do
I
that over
absolutely
the
suck.
internet right now and get the same result.
I'll do that. You could host the server, Anthony.
Gosh.
Actually,
Look, Matt, I absolutely suck. Okay, and like I'm so bad. I'm just really bad. Yeah.
Valorant actually added
Okay,
like, they added a new mode. It's like a 4-4,
Oh,
and
okay.
everyone has the same guns.
Interesting.
Oh.
So it's like a good. It's like not great. Like
It's like a warm up.
yeah, it's like a decent warm up,
Hmm.
I guess you could say. And it's nice to like use guns you're usually not used to using. Like, oh, I got this weird pistol I never used, but then like you like, oh, I actually do like this.
Oh, okay.
So it's cool. I mean, it's a weird mode,
Mhm.
but the thing that makes it bad, I think, is you can collect like there's orbs in the game to get your ult up, basically.
Mhm.
So instead of killing, like you get a point to your ult if you kill somebody or if you die.
Yeah.
Sure.
But then there's also orbs like floating around the map you can collect, but they make a lot of noise. So like, oh, I can hear somebody in the bathroom collecting that orb, and I go push them or whatever.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
But in this mode, the orbs do like wild stuff. Like you just get your ult automatically.
Mhm.
There's something called like toxic decay, where I think the other team just starts losing their health like slowly.
Interesting.
So it just kind of like breaks the game a lot, but like
Yeah.
in not fun ways though. You're like,
Oh,
you're like, wait, why?
that's
did
not
I
good
die?
then.
Why do I have 10 health all of a sudden? I didn't get shot at, and then I'm just lost to a foot shot or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Got a throwing knife in the toe and died instantly. You know?
Yeah. I don't know if CS:GO does this, but they do a really good job like giving you feedback of like, hey, you hit him twice in the body and once in the legs. That's why you did not kill him.
Oh, no.
no.
CS:GO just tells us how much damage you did if you.
Yeah, and you can
yeah.
get a general idea of that
Yeah.
Okay,
because it's like 100% to the body, 400% to the head,
Mhm.
and 75% to the arms and legs, 120% to the core.
Yeah, okay. It's
So if you know roughly what you were looking at and how much damage you can get a pretty good estimation.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it definitely simplifies it and makes it like super easy to tell. Like I got shot twice, once in the body, once in the head. That sucks.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
with CS:GO, you could download your demos of games you have played and gone back through like the demo player in super slow motion, see how you messed up and where and whatnot. So
yeah,
I'm not sure Valorant has something like that.
they might. I know, like once you finish a game, they give you like pretty detailed, like okay, like this is what happened at this moment at this kill, and like they give you some pretty cool, like detailed, like breakdowns of each fight and stuff like that.
Sure.
And,
Okay.
they definitely give you the chance to learn in that game, which is nice. But you're gonna get stopped. I mean, if you're not used to that style game, you're probably gonna get beat up a bit anyway.
That's kind of like the consensus that I see in the reviews and everything. It's just like, unless you've played like Overwatch and or CS before, you probably won't like Valorant. So that's kind of like a common thing I'm seeing in like the editorialized reviews.
It looks pretty cool, to be honest. Like I've watched a few streamers and whatever play it, like Summit and a couple other people. It seems pretty cool to watch.
People all said they're just going back to playing Counter-Strike, by the way.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, it's at least like kind of like they're starting to develop a pro scene, which is no surprise to anybody, and it's really started to take off in North America.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like tier 3 and 4 CS:GO players are transitioning to Valorant. The real test will be if any European players or anything like that transition, because like the hardest CS:GO is in Europe. Like it's unmatched.
I think also what could be bid for it is if an Asian esports scene develops for Valorant, because like there just straight up aren't any like FPS esports in Asia that's played a whole lot.
True.
So
Tyloo and MVP.
Yeah, but I mean compared to how many NA
that's
teams,
like the only. That's the only. Tyloo, MVP, and Chiefs are the only real 3 relevant Asian CS:GO teams I could think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so with that, I think that'll about wrap up the podcast here then. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll check out Valorant this weekend. Talk about it a little bit next week.
See how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right. So,
See how
Matt,
it's
where can
going.
people find you on Twitter and whatnot?
You can find me on Twitter at Filmed by G-Man.
Excellent.
It's
Andrew.
pretty straightforward there.
Okay.
Andrew.
Oh, sorry. My cat was yelling at me.
No, it's fine.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter at Duronsky, DURONSKI. Check all that good stuff. I'm not posting a lot lately. There's more important shit going on. So
Anthony, what games are releasing?
Oh, what?
Nobody needs to know where they can find you now.
Okay. I love how you just like come out of left field with that.
what? While you're pulling that
I
up,
can I can
Okay.
vamp for a second.
I've got it.
I mean, I can plug Tech for Thought, our affiliated YouTube channel, where you can find all your tech-related news. and
Link
other
is already in the
information
Twitch chat.
there. You know it.
Okay, so
We're up to
on
39 subs now.
Hey.
June the 11th, we have. Wait, what? Yeah, there we go. Samurai Showdown is going to PC on June the 11th.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Interesting.
Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection is going to PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch also on June the 11th. Beyond Blue is going to PC, PS4, and Xbox One also on June 11th, and that's it for this
Oh.
week.
Nice.
All right, cool. I don't know why I bothered asking. So Anthony, where can people find you on Twitter?
I'm at SoMatman19. I do not tweet. I mainly run the site's social media stuff. And if you're wanting to get in contact with me, you can do so through our community Discord or anywhere you think you can find the site, which is at the Cog Network.
Okay. You can find me on Twitter at Inferius7809. That is at INFERIUS7809. And yeah, I think with that, that'll wrap things up. So thank you all so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week, maybe with some PS5 news. I don't know. We'll see how the next week plays out for everybody involved. And so, yeah. Anyway, hope to see you guys next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, all that fun stuff. Play some games. Have a good one, everyone.
Bye-bye.
See you.